So a four-wheeled walker can actually be very dangerous.
So Brad and I are going to show you 7 critical habits how to use a 4-wheel walker safely.
That's right. The first thing you need to do is make sure your walker's adjusted properly for the handles. Now, it should be right at this level with the crease of the wrist when you're standing good and tall. Now, this obviously is too low. This would be too high, so adjust it and put it in there. The other adjustment some walkers have is adjusting the seat height. Some people aren't aware of this, but you adjust it. There will be 2 adjustments here that you can actually raise. You have to do all 4 legs, raise the height, seat height up or down, depending on the height of the person using it.
The second thing you want to check is that your brakes work properly. You want to make sure they can lock in place like this and come loose. Now, over time, the cables will actually start to lose some of their tension here, so you're going to need to adjust them to make sure the brakes are still working.
All right, this next habit is learning how to negotiate your walker over a curb, getting up on a curb and coming down. Big risk for falls here. One of the number 1 mistakes people do getting up to a curb is now we don't have a curb in the studio, so we have this representing a curb. It's about the right height. We need to get these wheels up to there. Now this is what a lot of people do. They'll try to lift the walker up or pull it back to do a wheelie, lose their balance, and down you go. Big fall, big mistake. Now what you'll want to do is some walkers actually have what I call a dead pedal or a wheelie bar right here. It only is about 1 inch or 2 long. You can do it without one. I'm just going to put my foot on the framework for the wheel, and that breaks that wheel, and you simply pull back, do a wheelie, push it forward till the front wheels get onto the curb, come up and to here, and at this point, lock the brakes, come up, use this for rest, and then stand up on the curb, unlock, and walk forward. Now, to get down off of a curb, this can be very dangerous. A lot of people will have a tendency to lower the front wheels down, and this is very awkward, and I'm about ready to tip over right now. Big no-no. I'll show you the right way to do it. Okay, what you'll want to do is actually turn around, so you're going to back off of the curb. So if I've already turned my walker around, taking your time, using the brakes to lock, and then really paying attention where you are, simply go back and feel with your foot with the brakes here, and you can lock them if you would like. Down, once you get steady here, you'll unlock the brakes, come back to here, and then carry on.
The next common mistake most people make is transferring in and out of a chair with the walker. So as I'm approaching the chair, you can use the brakes to slow yourself down if needed. Once I am in front of the chair, my legs are touching the chair here. I'm going to lock the brakes, reach back for the handles, and sit down. Now, if you're watching TV, you can certainly move it out of the way and have some free space here. But before you get up, make sure to bring the walker back in front of you and lock it in place. If this was not locked and I try to go like this, I could fall over. So lock and also push up from your armrests if you have them available. Then unlock and return to walking. That is the safest way to approach a chair.
All right, this next problem that people have, and this is very common, particularly if people have memory problems, I know my mother's working with this right now, is to turn around to sit in the chair to rest. It's absolutely critical they have a habit of pushing the brakes down and locking it. Because if you don't and they turn around and grab, this can happen. Big problem, obviously. So lock, grab here, make sure there's always contact with the brakes. Sit down, and there you go. And then what happens is people will unlock them and invariably decide to roll around as if it is a wheelchair. Not advised, but people do it. They have to have the habit of pushing the brakes down or making sure they're locked before they get up, turn around, unlock, and go on. There is one option that if the brakes are not working properly, or you can do this just to be extra safe, is use a solid surface like a wall. You can go up to the wall. Now, if the brakes weren't working very well, the wall acts as the brake, and it's very safe, works very well. And I actually would teach people put the brakes on. If there's a wall available, it's not a bad habit to get into to use a wall. There's usually a wall available. It's very, makes it even much less riskier if you use that habit. So walker habits are very critical. Let's go to the next one.
Next, we're going to talk about navigating up and down a ramp. Here in our studio, we have a mock ramp. I hope you don't have one like this at home. Now, when you go up the ramp, you want to keep forward momentum going as you're walking up and use brakes as needed. If someone is struggling with this or poor balance, you can call someone in to help you and help guide the walker up as you are going. So the riskier part of navigating a ramp is actually going down, although you don't have to work as hard if you're not using good brake control to slow your progression when you're walking. You're more prone to get the walker away from you and possibly fall over.
This is one of those situations where if there's any question at all, a second person, able body, of course, really needs to be there and help them out. Do not take chances with this. Now, the last high-risk use of a four-wheeled walker is actually folding it up, getting it into a car and out of a car when you want to go out to eat or wherever you want to go. They're a little heavy, they're a little cumbersome, and if you're not strong and able-bodied with good balance, it's a real challenge. So make sure you get someone else to help you if you are not so.
Now, another safe option that we have seen other people do is actually have a secondary walker that they leave in their car. That's their walker when they're out, and they use their other one at home. You can pick which walker type is best for you in those situations.
So make sure you practice and feel comfortable with these 7 little tips for keeping you safe, as well as...
If you want to check out more videos on four-wheel walkers, you can check out our one on how to adjust the brakes yourself if they are loose, and also one if you're about to purchase, what to look for before you buy.
That's right. Have a good walker experience.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.